Hello Tubesters, it's me Gav, and yes, I'm back with another video. I've been meaning to do this one for a week. Last Saturday, myself and Mick from the MGH 1736 channel went to the IPMS Scale Model World at Telford. It's the biggest, I believe. I'm not going to say in UK, Europe, worldwide. I'll only get in trouble when people say there's one bigger, but it's just a really large model show. It's any type of scale model you can think of, figures as well. There'll be people either showing them or selling them, vendors. I went last year for the first time. Now I only live around 40 minutes away from Telford, and yet I'd never been in all these years. Thoroughly enjoyed my time. As you know, I've got mental health problems. Let's get over that quickly. But it means I struggle being in large groups, noise, things like that. It doesn't do me much good, and it's quite a big challenge, really, I suppose, to go to somewhere like that. My wife held my hand more or less last year, and this year is Mick's turn. So Mick, really appreciate you coming down. He came down from Bolton, picked me up, then went back up 40 minutes up to Telford. So it's really appreciated, Marra. It wore us both out towards the end. I think it's a massive show over 3 halls, large halls. In the centre you have row after row of clubs, and the guys come from all around Europe mainly. There's, I believe, even America in that as well, and there's definitely a lot of American visitors. There's clubs, you name it, Italy, Sweden, the Czech Republic, you name it, it's there. Clubs are represented, and there's loads of different SIGs, so that's special interest groups. So you could have, you've got like Champion Scale Models. Jason, he does his Spanish Civil War. He's another channel, you can check him out. He'll do his Spanish Civil War SIG. There'll be, I'm just trying to think, there could be a helicopter SIG, a car builds. It depends, whatever your special interest is. There is usually a group that's usually got Facebook, Facebook group, and they either belong to the IPMS or I don't know exactly how it works, but they're, if you've got a particular interest in a it could be fire engines, it could be the war in Korea. It doesn't matter what it is. There's usually a special interest group there, and there's some cracking work on display. And to say these guys, they pack all their models away in their boxes, and I say so the European guys have got to get all the way across Europe without busting things up. It was just a joy to walk around. Obviously I tend to, it tends to exhaust me a bit because my head can't take the amount of stuff that's going on. I never go, it's a shame really, I must be the only guy there. I mean, Mick, he paints his war games figures and has a passing interest in scale models. He's built the odd one every now and then. He was more coming for a day out and just to get me around, I suppose, really. But he enjoyed himself. I enjoyed myself. It wore us both out towards the end. I didn't see all that I wanted to see. I didn't. We missed bits and pieces out, and you always do at Telford. It's just so much going on. But I'm the only guy probably that's got an interest in scale modelling that doesn't actually go kit diving and around all the, all the bring and buys, all the kit swaps, the different vendors selling models. Because this old head of mine just won't take all the hustle and bustle. I just can't do it. It's ridiculous. But so I miss out on. I'm glad actually, because I don't come back spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds on model kits, and my wife's even gladder that I haven't got one of these stashes that you see guys have that touches the ceiling. But I did make a couple of purchases. I'm not going to get I got some figures out. I bought the Tommy's War. Figures. I do apologise. I'm just stopping I've got a video loading up at the moment, and I bought the Tommy's War figure. Let's start again, Gav. It cost me about 40 quid. That's the mounted yeomanry figure. I've not been able to give you an unboxing or stroke review of that figure yet because, as I say, the wife snatched it away for Christmas. So that'll be a nice little figure to review at a later stage. I did keep the Turkish figure that I bought, which is actually part of the vignette for this figure. I didn't know at the time, they were just all racked up, and I just happened to like the Turkish figure and got in. You've seen that anyway, and the Alpine miniatures, you've seen those. They were the only two things that I bought figure related or kit related. I did get 3 books. I always love the bookstores. They're a bit calmer, not always, but they're a bit calmer than the free-for-alls around the vendors selling kits and that. These were doing like 3 for 20 quid, and it's one of these cases of, well, why not? So we've got the Hornet, or Super Hornet, and that also has the Growler as well. I love my aviation, and I like aviation in general, post-war particularly, you know, jets and turboprops and things like that. This was the one that caught my eye the most. It's an aircraft I've always had a love of, and that's the Corsair. The Slough. Is it Slough? I think it's called. There's the short, ugly looking, and I think you have to say fella. We'll say fella, but there's a different F word that can be sometimes used for it. It's often said it's the shorter brother of the Corsair, sorry, the Crusader. But there's apart from having the obviously your big air scoop at the front, there's not that much in the same about them. But I love both of them, the Crusader and the Corsair. It's just a look at them. I particularly would like to do one in Greek or Portuguese livery at some stage. And what is an aircraft that I've never had a massive love for, but you know, it's like everything, you want to learn more about them, a particular aircraft. So I picked this up on the Sepcat Jaguar. This one was actually quite knocked about. I didn't realise till I got it home, but it's still packed with information. I can't open these books up for you. I'm scared about copyright. But if you can pick, I'm telling you now, if you can pick any of these guys, these are from Sam Publications, and absolutely fantastic. All 3 of them are from the same company, and they've got inside. You've got different colour schemes, you know, artist drawings of colour schemes, and obviously lots and lots of colour photographs, some black and white depending on the era of the particular aircraft they're covering. So I want to say a big thank you to the guys that run IPMS Telford. For me it was flawless. You couldn't do anything more to make it run better, in my opinion. You know, just thank you for a thoroughly enjoyable, for £12, thoroughly enjoyable day out. We didn't do a full day, we should have done, but we're both worn out. But I really enjoyed it, and as I say, while I can't travel far, and it's 40 minutes up the road, and I'll be going every year. And next year I'll be going to Cosford as well. I've made a promise to myself, and going to the model show at Cosford, which is more or less the same area. So I've got some photographs now after all this at the end of the video. I ran out of steam again up here. I ran out of steam about halfway through, and I just couldn't take any more photographs. I was starting to slow down. But there's plenty of photographs on there. You'll see one of my favourite aircraft figured a lot, the 105 Starfighter. You know, guys, I love that aircraft. And we were joking. I was joking with Mick. I seem to get drawn a lot to the training aircraft. I love the Royal Air Force training aircraft with the bright day-glow orange on them. You know, it's just the painter in me. I think I just get drawn to the colours. But there's a few of those around as well. So there isn't as many photographs as I'd hoped, and the speed that if it was anything like last year's video, I think all my photographs went through in about a minute. So there's not a ton for you to watch, but you'll get the idea of what was there. So guys, thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. Nothing to really show you apart from a few photographs, but I appreciate you stopping by. Cheers.